earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. Aye, 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 oh, aye, oh, aye, oh, aye, oh. Aye, 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 oh, aye, oh, aye, oh, aye, oh. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. Aye, 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 oh, aye, oh, aye, oh, aye, oh. Aye, 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 oh, aye, oh, aye, oh, aye, oh. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. Aye, 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 oh, aye, oh, aye, oh, aye, oh. Aye, 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 oh, aye, oh, aye, oh, aye, oh.
This is the longest night. We have arrived at this moment as the wheel of the year has turned again. Gradually, the night has grown, stretching out, getting comfortable. The word solstice comes from the Latin for sol, for sun, and stis, for standing. This etymology describes the sun standing still in the sky, resting a moment just above the horizon before journeying higher in the sky as the year goes on. Tomorrow, the darkness will begin to leave just as it came, slowly, steadily, receding to make space for longer and warmer days. So here, today, we take this time to pause. This is our inheritance as humans on this planet, beings on this round orb that tilts and turns as it circles round our star. When we reach this point of longest darkness, we use ritual to call back, to welcome the sun, and to kindle our own flames while we wait. But before we call back the light, let us linger here in the darkness for just a little bit longer. Let us honor the rich and fertile womb that the darkness offers us. Let us listen to the call to rest, lament, and just be. With all of this alive today, let us worship together. As we begin our service, as we always do, we take a moment to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional land of the Duwamish people, stewards of this land and its waterways in the past, present, and future. We feel humility and gratitude in honoring this land and the Duwamish people and commit to our role in this story. And welcome, everyone. Whoever you are, wherever you have come from, whatever the color of your skin, whoever and however you love, however your body moves, however your brain works, however you identify, you are welcome in this faith community. As Unitarian Universalists, we have no test of faith, no creed or oath to swear. We have instead the promises we make to one another, commitments we make to healing a hurting world within and beyond these walls. Thank you for joining us.
As is our custom always, we start with lighting our chalice. Our chalice lighter today is Marie Kaz. Marie, if you would come forward and light the chalice while I offer these words from Sharon Wiley. As we gather this solstice day, in honor of ancient traditions that celebrate this time of longest night, we observe that the flaming chalice holds the elements of the four directions: earth, air, fire, and water. The lamp oil for earth, the air that feeds the flame, the fire that we light, and the chalice itself, the cup, the symbol of water. We light our chalice and reflect on the light we need to guide us through hard times, the light of our shared faith, the light of loving community, the light of love, joy, and hope. Thank you, Marie. This evening also marks the last night of Hanukkah, the Jewish celebration of light in this season. So Reverend Carter will light 7 candles on our menorah today as well. Please join us in the responsive reading projected on the screen. We light the Hanukkah candles in wonder, joy, and gratitude, each candle a miracle. When the Holy Temple was rededicated at the time of the Maccabean liberation battle, only 1 day's worth of oil remained, yet it burned for 8 days, so we light candles in remembrance. We rededicate ourselves to the miracle of light in a season of darkness, to the miracle of trust in a time of anxiety, to the miracle of hope in a time of despair, to the miracle of faith in a time of cynicism. We rededicate ourselves to the miracle of wholeness in a time of fracture, to the miracle of courage in a time of fear, to the miracle of resistance in a time of oppression, to the miracle of peace in a time of violence. And in a time of hatred, we rededicate ourselves to the miracle of love. Thank you, Reverend Carter. Such a wonderful full house this morning, seeing familiar and new and returning faces. Now, how about if we take a few moments to greet the neighbors around us, meet somebody new. So many wonderful greetings, so many lively conversations. Well, let's do this downstairs after the service at our coffee hour.
I'd like to invite you now to all stand in body or spirit for our first hymn, the Chant for the Seasons, which is hymn number 73 for people who like to look along. And the West Side Winds will be playing it through all the way first, and then we will join them in song. We'll be singing just the winter verse, which is the second line down.
Good morning. Now is the time for all ages. All who would like to see or hear better or be closer up front, come forward, please. Not just children, but adults who would like to see and hear better, feel free to come closer. Is my mic okay in the back?
Can we leave the aisle open?
Thank you. For today's Time for All Ages, we're going to tell the story Why the Hummingbird Has a Red Throat, adapted from The Return of the Light, 12 Tales from Around the World for Winter Solstice. This is a story from the Miwok peoples of what is now known as Northern California, originally published in 1910. Ryan C. will be featured as Kulupi, the hummingbird, and David will be playing Oye, the coyote person. At the beginning, when the first people lived on top of the great canopy of the sky had 4 holes in it, one in the east, one in the south, one in the west, and another in the north. The sky holes opened and closed rapidly all the time. The first people used their magic to come down through the holes and to change themselves into all the creatures and plants and things of the world. So when the earth people were created, they had oak trees and flat stones on which to grind their acorns. They had reeds for houses and baskets. And they learned from the sun how to shoot arrows like rays. But Chaka, the marsh wren, was an orphan and no one liked him. The people gave Chaka food. Sometimes they even gave him a crayfish to eat. But they always made Chaka feel like an outsider. Chaka stayed under the bulrush and sedge grass, only appearing at dawn and dusk to ask again for more food. Chaka grew ashamed, and the people grew stingier. Get your own food, they said. We work hard, why don't you? It's not our job to feed you, even if you're just a kid. The marsh wren's eyes filled with tears of anger, white stripes over his eyebrows quivering. If you don't feed me, I will shoot out the sun. Everyone laughed. Go right ahead. I will, rattled the marsh wren. Do it, they said, not believing him, and they turned away. Then the marsh wren did shoot out the sun with an arrow as sharp as his beak, and as though it was a bladder of light, it popped, and all the light disappeared. The whole world became dark. No sun, no moon, no stars, no fire. Everything was dark. The dark seemed to last for years. No one could find food. No one could see. Everyone was hungry. All this time, Oye, the coyote person, was thinking about how he could get the sun and the light back. At length, he saw something way up in the eastern sky, a hole that opened and closed as fast as a woodpecker on a dead tree trunk.
I think I see light.
He squinted his eyes. There was no doubt.
Yes!
But a moment later, his tail drooped. Now how am I going to
get all the way up there to get that light?
Glumly, Oye began to pick his way through a tangle of old blackberry vines that led to his tiny stash of acorn mush.
Ouch!
He yelped as the thorns scratched his nose and his soft foot pads. He remembered the old good days when this path had been blanketed with wet, curling ferns, and the sun's beautiful light had slanted through the limbs of gnarled live oaks, now too hidden by the dark.
Oh, rots. Rots and sots.
Rots yourself!
Huh? What? Who's there? Oh, hey, hummingbird. How's it going, Kulupi?
Same old thing, coyote person, same old thing. You know that. If we just had some light.
Yeah.
Then near Coyote's eyes, he felt the tiny wind stirred by Kulupi's wings, and suddenly he could picture his cinnamon, purple, green-colored little friend, wings vibrating like twin halos, and he remembered Kulupi darting through the air faster than a fish flits through shallow water.
Hey, Hummingbird, I've got this great idea. Kulupi, guess what I just saw just now? The light Kulupi. I saw the light way up high in the sky, way too high for me to get. But you, Hummingbird, you could get it in a second.
You saw light, Coyote person? Where?
Up high, Hummingbird, in the east. Really, go look. I know you can bring it back for us.
The tiny wind of Kulupi's wings stopped for a moment. Oh, you could imagine his friend hesitating. And then he heard, and he knew Hummingbird was splitting the black air in a steep climb to the top of the sky.
It would be crazy not to try.
But he were already too far away for Coyote Person to hear. Up, up rushed Kulupi until they could see the tiny dab of light blinking at the opening of the hole in the eastern sky. Nearer and nearer they sped, and heart beating wildly in their own daring, they shot through the hole, tore off a piece of the blazing orange light on the other side.
I got it!
They tucked the fire under their chin, hung for a moment, luxuriating in the heat. But then suddenly, the giant's sound of flapping wings filled the space around them. In a burst of fear, even without looking to see who or what it might be, they raced back towards the hole in the sky, and through it they flung the fire and swooped in after it. All around them, the air turned pink and blue. The fire they'd carried swelled into a round puffball, sending arrows of light down to the earth below. The people gathered on the shores of the bay, cheering. Woo! Even Chaka, the marsh wren, muttered with pleasure. Kulupi now glittered gracefully in the light of a new sun, sped towards their nest. Their feathers shone as they had in the old days, metallic green, bronze, jewel-like purple, and rich cinnamon. But when Kulupi modestly lifted their head to acknowledge the happiness of everyone below, the feathers of their throat on which they'd carried the light were now tinged a new brilliant scarlet, the color of sunfire. So, Hummingbird is marked to this very day.
What about?
Thank you so much, Leilani, David, and Ryan, for that wonderful story and props. And now, as our children and youth go back to their seats, let's all sing As You Go. In a moment, we will share in the offering our practice of generosity that sustains the work of this congregation. Each month, 1/3 of our undesignated offerings go to a partner in the wider community. For December, our community giving recipient is Youth Care's Orion Center and Shelter. Youth Care opened the Orion Center in 1984. Located on the corner of Denny and Stewart, the Orion Center and Shelter serves as a safe and welcoming place for young people ages 12 to 24 throughout the day. and a 20-bed shelter where homeless youth can stay up to 90 days. The center also provides tutoring and job training, hygiene and drop-in services, an on-site clinic run by Kaiser Permanente, and counselors to address mental health and chemical dependency. Our donation will help Orion Center to provide holiday items that keep homeless youth, warm, dry, and fed during the winter season. So you may give by cash or check in the baskets that will be passed around by the ushers in a moment. There are also envelopes in the pews to record your name on your donation if you would like. To give by text, follow the instructions on the screen. And now please enjoy this gift of music from Tom Olinger, his original song, Winter, Winter.
Winter, winter is coming in early. Winter is coming on the wind. Keep your feet under the warm quilt. Now the frost is settling in. Birds are quiet in the morning. Winter is coming on the wind. Frost is creeping on the windows. Winter, winter is coming in. Days are short and nights are darker. The moon shines on the old north wind. Morning is late and evening comes early. Winter, winter is coming in. Winter, winter is coming in early. The last leaves are dry and brown. The first snow is whispering to me. The first snow is whispering down. Come and pull your woolen socks on. Find your mittens in the bin. Put on your hat and shut the door tight. Winter, winter is coming in. Winter, winter is coming in early. Winter is coming on the wind. Keep your feet under the warm quilt. Now the frost is settling in. Winter, winter. Winter, winter is coming in.
Thank you so much, Tom. And thank you, everyone, for giving as you are able to support this congregation and the Youth Care Orion Center and Shelter. Your generosity of time, treasure, and presence are gifts that sustain us as a community. We will now take a moment to make collective space for holding the joys and sorrows of this community. As a reminder, you can share any joys or sorrows at a link in our newsletter, or also there's a basket in our entryway. We take one more moment to hold in our hearts all the joys and sorrows, known and unknown, in our community. As always, we lift each other up in love, as well as our neighbors in the whole human community. In this moment of silence, let us feel what it feels like to rest at this threshold. This moment in the year between shortening days and lengthening days. May ritual remind us that we live within cycles of life that are much larger than our individual selves. In this pausing, in this time of dark, may we find rest. Right now, no need for striving, nothing to do, just be. Just rest. And let us continue our meditation in song, singing There Is a Love.
Here we go. There is a love holding me. There is a love holding all that I love. There is a love holding all I rest in its
A reading in celebration of the winter solstice by Stephanie Noble, a Buddhist poet. Do not be afraid of the darkness. Dark is the rich, fertile earth that cradles the seed, nourishing growth. Dark is the soft night that cradles us to rest. Only in darkness can stars shine across the vastness of space. Only in darkness is the moon's dance so clear. There is mystery woven in the dark, quiet hours. There is magic in the darkness. Do not be afraid. We are born of this magic. It fills our dreams that root, unravel, and reweave themselves in the shelter of the deep, dark night. The dark has its own hue, its own resonance, its own breath. It fills our soul, not with despair, but with promise. Dark is the gestation of our deep and knowing self. Dark is the cave where we rest and renew our soul. We are born out of the darkness, and each night we return to the deep, moist womb of our beginnings. Do not be afraid of the darkness, for in the depth of that very darkness comes a first glimpse of our own light, the pure inner light of love and knowing. As it glows and grows, the darkness recedes. As we shed our light, we shed our fear and revel in the wonder of all that is revealed. So do not rush the coming of the sun. Do not crave the lengthening of the day. Celebrate the darkness. Here and now, a time of richness, a time of joy.
from mystery, we're born of the night. Even as our spirits here yearn for the bride. Ancient stories of love and night. Something in us knows the darkness sets things right. Hope begins in darkness. Sure and steady as the rain. World turning to the light, to the light. The light returns again. Courage finds a way to rise. Kindness can answer pain. World turning to the light, to the light. The light returns again. We come from mystery, we're born of the night. Even as our spirits here yearn for the bride. Ancient stories of love and night. Something in us knows the darkness sets things right. Hope begins in darkness. Sure and steady as the rain. World turning to the light, to the light. The light returns again. Courage finds a way to rise. Kindness can answer pain. World turning to the light, to the light. The light returns again. Courage finds a way to rise. Kindness can answer pain. World turning to the light, to the light. The light returns again. World turning to the light, to the light. The light returns again. World turning to the light, to the light. The light returns again.
Soon, we will share in a special ritual for all of us to do together. We begin with a reading by Wendy Bartell and Lynn Gardner.
As we gather on this longest night in the northern hemisphere on this beautiful planet Earth, let us abide in the wonder and mystery. What was it like so millennia ago when the days grew shorter and the nights grew longer, often colder, and the people didn't understand why? Were they afraid? Many stories suggest that they were. How would they survive? Would the animals and plants upon which they depend for their survival die?
In the early days of our human species, I wonder what else they felt and what history they passed on to their children. What meaning did they make of the growing darkness? Did they gather around the fire and tell stories of their people? Did they overhunt or overharvest for fear this was the beginning of the end? Did their spiritual leaders suggest they needed to make more offerings to the gods of their understanding, to implore them to bring back the sun?
And then, what did they do when they realized the days were finally getting longer? Was there confusion, relief, jubilation? It is, of course, possible that they welcomed the growing darkness. Maybe they were glad to have a bit of downtime from hunting, gathering, instead to settle into the gifts of the darkness. Rest, reflection, connection, and devotion. We can't know for sure.
At this time of year, we often gather to tell stories both ancient and new. We offer gifts to one another, and we participate in rituals like this one as we arrive in winter with hope to find our way towards spring.
We need not rush out of the dark, though. Many messages in our culture devalue the dark and teach us to fear. Our language often conveys darkness is dangerous. Monsters are in the dark. Bad things happen in dark alleys. And yet so much relies on the dark. The gestation of new life, including our own, decomposition that nourishes the soil, the practice of hibernation are going within that allows us to heal, reintegrate, and recover so we are ready for what is to come.
And we often associate light with goodness, with the divine. The sun's warmth and light help plants to grow. Light helps many of us do our daily tasks, and yet too much light is exhausting, not good for us. Both are true. And there is something joyful as the earth orbits the sun and birds begin to return. The days grow longer, and we see new life returning. There is a joy in the first crocus pushing through the snow. But let us not rush towards the light.
We need both darkness and light to thrive, and the seasons to help us feel a cycle of life and death and rebirth all around us. Let us take some quiet time to just slow down in this moment. Can you notice your breath moving in and out of you as it ebbs and flows as gently and naturally as the seasons of change? In this time of quiet, let us interrupt false narratives that denigrate the darkness and declare our appreciation of the dark and of the sweet time it allows for reflection, renewal, and nourishment. And as we kindle fires and light candles in this dark, we celebrate the light with joy too.
So in just a moment, we will offer to one another a blessing of nourishment to remind us of the sweetness of the dark and the sweetness of the light. We will pass around plates of chocolates and oranges. So listen to my instructions. Those of you sitting on the center aisle, you have found your plates. Go ahead and reach for those, uncover them. We will offer these to your neighbor and pass the plate on. So each person will get one orange and one piece of chocolate, and hold it for just a moment. We'll do a brief meditation on it. And we have enough for everyone, but you may, if you have extra in your row, you may check if the row behind you needs extra. So we will do this. We will let everyone get their chocolate and orange. And please decline either of these sweets if this is not for you. And in case anyone has an allergy, the chocolate has a little bit of coconut in it, so just be aware. For those of you joining from home, if you have something sweet on you right now, please partake of it. Or maybe find time to have chocolate and oranges later in this season. So, taking the sweets in your hand, I'm sorry, I need to pass these out to the people on the stage. Taking your chocolate and your orange, feel it in all of your senses. How do they feel in your fingers? Think about how they traveled to get to you, how they are made from ingredients that come from the earth. Feel the abundance in your hand. And see how they smell. Rich and bright. Let the fragrances mingle in your nose.
Let us eat. We have shared in this blessing of nourishment with one another, and now we affirm, may the darkness bring sweetness, may the light bring joy.
Thank you, everyone.
Well, if your mouths aren't too full, I invite you now to rise in body or spirit as we sing hymn number 53, Dark of Winter. Once again, the wind, 55, sorry, 55. Don't have my glasses on. and the winds will play it through once first, and then we will sing both verses. 1, 2, 3.
One cataract, one more to go. Can't figure out what's needed here. Hello, everybody. This has been such a wonderful time to be together. I can't tell you how much it is great to look out and see this place full. I want to express gratitude to everybody involved in this service, to all of the musicians, Scott Farrell and the West Side Chorale, Tom Ollinger, the West Side Wings, along with Ellis on percussion. I have to tell you, it's been such a joy to be part of this ensemble this year. And to Steve Bennett on guitar, thank you so much. To Reverend Carter Smith and to Leilani and Carter for the amazing ritual, to Leilani and David and Ryan for the wonderful story. I won't see a hummingbird the same way anymore. To Marie for lighting our chalice. To Nate Mesnard and Sarah Deppa in the booth, and to the hidden Jill Jackson who dimmed the lights. To all of our ushers and hospitality teams, thank you so much for collaborating on what we could do today. Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you, Lisa. I invite everyone to please rise in body or spirit for our closing words. And as a note, we often sing our outro song and then there's happy music in the background. We invite you to sit and enjoy the happy music today because it's going to be a special postlude from our West Side Winds. Our closing words. Loving the dark and all that is possible within it, let us depart from here ready to call back the light. We know that we are more whole when we make space for both of these parts, when we let the dance of light and dark work in our hearts and our spirits. And now I'll invite Marie to come forward to release our flame. As she does so, may you go into this week blessed and blessing the world. We hold you in our love as you go, and happy solstice.
Starting on 2 Yay.